any friendship games. Marvellous mount of the beam. In the 84 friendship game, she was overall 5th. A flat and a straight back somersault and a beautifully balanced arabesque. Very good start. Flick-flack and then circling the beam. Marvellous control. Let's remember that there are 4 exercises going on at the same time, so the applause you are hearing is for other items of apparatus that's taking place at the same time, which must to a certain extent be a little disconcerting for the gymnast at times. A double top back somersault to finish. Natalia Yurchenko. Well, that'll certainly set the standard for the marks as far as the beam is concerned. There's no doubt about that. Flick-flack, and that circling under the beam. First girl to perform that particular exercise, 20 years of age. So the mark now for Natalia Yurchenko, as expected, 9.825. That'll certainly set the standard as far as this exercise is concerned. Has scored 9.9 on her first vault, which is by far the best thus far. In the Olympic Games, of course, she won the gold medal in this event. Overall silver medalist, but gold medalist in the vault. Waiting for the green light to start. 18-year-old Ecaterina Szabo, a very, very popular competitor. Perhaps a little heavier than she was in Los Angeles. But there's the 9.9, and there is Ecaterina Szabo, still waiting. Now she's got the signal, the second vault. A full twisting Yurchenko was the vault, and the landing was good. Look at the power she gets on the run-up. A round off onto the Reuter springboard there, and there the full twist. Good landing. Super. 9.9 she scored on her first vault. Interesting to see how this second one will be marked. And 9.95 is the score of her second vault, and that is the one that counts. That's the highest mark in these championships so far. And here is Oksana Omelianchik, who is the all-around champion of the Soviet Union. Tiny little girl. A full in and back out as she starts this exercise, full of vivacity. Tiny little girl. 4 feet 5 inches tall and weighs 4.5 stone. 15 years of age. Now watch this. A bubble twisting back in there at the beginning, and an immediate front somersault again. Extremely vivacious. That's a touch of the old Olga Korbut's about this young lady. two double from two flick-flacks and a double back, and then again into a second one. And coming up for the uneven bars exercise, having scored 9.95 in the vault, which is the best mark so far. Nice mount. Beautiful catch-up. And there, 1.5 twists along the bar. A double twist, dismount, perfect landing. Beautiful exercise by Szabo. Moving. That was the 1.5 twists along the bar, first done by Lyudmila Tereshova. Up to a balance. Giant swing on that top bar. Again. And a double twisting back somersault and a perfect landing. Ecaterina Szabo. 9.8 is the score, giving her a total of 9.75. And at this moment, she's the highest mark on the asymmetric bars. Now coming up for her floor exercise, the overall world champion on the Soviet Union. That 9.825 you see on the screen is for her first exercise, which was the beam, and that was the highest mark for the beam, and still is, as we go through this second round of exercises. A full twisting double back somersault, and it was a good landing too. A double tuck back somersault, but a long pace forward after the landing. Perhaps she meant that. Those hands down there. Now. A double tuck back somersault, and that was a brilliant finish. There wasn't perhaps quite as much in it as one was expecting. The crowd were clapping, but gradually the clapping subsided halfway through the routine. But that was a brilliant finish. Very elegant young lady. Round off, flick-flack. And now up. The full twisting double back somersault. Beautifully landed. And her score is 9.850, which is second highest, as I thought there wasn't quite as much content in it as we'd seen from her teammate, but she scores 9.825 on the beam and 9.850 on the floor. This tiny Soviet gymnast, remember, 4'5", 4.5 stone, scored that 9.9 in the floor exercise, the highest mark so far on the floor. Vivacious and very, very talented. Awaiting the signal from the head judge to start her first vault. That 9.9 is what the score was for the floor exercise. Yurchenko with a full twist. For those of you who are, of course, not well up on gymnastics exercise, the Yurchenko is a round-off onto the horse and a full twist with the back tuck somersault afterwards. Well, her mark for the first vault is 9.775. That's the second highest mark to Ecaterina Szabo. She scored 9.95 in her vault, but she has another one, and of course she can improve on it. It's the highest one that counts. She's now still awaiting that mark. And there's the tiny figure, and it is tiny. She's got the head judge's assent to make the vault. And it's the same vault, possibly slightly better. 15 years of age. There's the round-off. Flick-flack, and then a full twisting back somersault. Lovely landing. Scored 9.775 on the first one, and I wonder how many that one will count. And it counts for 9.8. That's the second highest mark in the vault, and she has an overall total of 19.7. And so after two exercises, Ecaterina Szabo still in the lead, 19.75, with Oksana Omelianchik of the Soviet Union in second place, just 0.05 of a mark behind her, 19.7. And then Natalia Yurchenko of the Soviet Union in third place, 19.6 of the Soviet Union on the uneven bars. Delchev letting go and collecting again. Beautiful movements. Very quick and very precise. This is excellent. A double twisting back somersault. What a performance. That really was excellent. Very, very good indeed. Omelianchik, the all-around champion of the Soviet Union, showing us why she is so good. Watch for the original move that she has instituted on this bars routine. Back circling there. Now look at that. A somersault from the upper bar to the lower bar. Terrific. That is a super performance. Well, 9.925 is the score, giving her a total of 29.625 on the first three of the four exercises. This is the vault of Natalia Yurchenko. Oh, landed on her knees. Well, she won't want to worry about that one. She's got another one, and it's the vault that counts. She hasn't been doing it too well in training during the few days we've been watching here. Round off. The mark for her first vault is 9 dead for Natalia Yurchenko, and if a competitor of her standing can get a 9 dead landing on her knees, let's see what she can get if she stands up. Same vault, and again it wasn't good. Not one of her better performances. As we said, she has been having a bit of trouble with it. It will certainly be better than the 9 dead, but still not as good as she would have expected, particularly as the vault was named after her, which she invented. Here it is. Round off, onto the horse. Full twisting, back somersault, but a long, long pace forward. She was too high onto that horse. Look from the other side. There's the round off. Yes. No, not one of Yurchenko's better. And her score is 9.3. That just brings her into the top 10, but is a severe blow as far as she's concerned in looking for the... Coming up now for her beam exercise, and remember, she is the Olympic gold medalist in this exercise. Beautiful balance. To flick flax and a free walkover. Oh, slight loss of balance there. Must be building up now for a finish. Round off and double tuck back somersault. And her mark was 9.70. That's the third highest mark of the beam. And really, it's not as much as she was expected. That puts her into second place after 3 exercises. 9.5. Meanwhile, over on the beam, Oksana Omelianchik being just as vivacious on the beam as she has been on every other item of exercise. 29.625 she has scored. And remember, she is in the lead at this moment of this first group. She scored a 9.8, a 9.925 and a 9.9. And the way she's going here, looks as though she's going to keep up with that. What a lovely free walkover that was. Two forward rolls. Perfect balance. A triple twisting back somersault to dismount. She should be happy. My goodness, the Russians have got a great little gymnast here. Of that, there is no doubt. She is brilliant. But watch this for the dismount. Up and 1, 2, 3 turns. What a performance. And while she was on there, the mark for Dagmar Kirsten for her vault was 9.925, which is the second highest to Ecaterina Szabo's 9.95. And the mark for Oksana Omelianchik is 9.9. And I think she's a wee bit disappointed on that. But it's still the highest mark on the beam so far. Meanwhile, over on the asymmetric bars, or the uneven bars as they're called, Natalia Yurchenko. Giant swings. And there a dismount. Yurchenko, who's fallen back 4th place. Certainly not in the best of spirits as she leaves the asymmetric bars. So look into that dismount again. She swings with that giant swing. And then a full twisting back somersault. A very nice landing, but she isn't over happy. Ecaterina Szabo coming up with her floor exercise. Oh, and she looked as though she almost went out of the 12-meter square, in which she would have lost 0.1. And a double back somersault to finish. Dagmar Kirsten of the German Democratic Republic has scored 9.850 on her first vault. Now she comes up for the second. A pike quervo. Not sure whether the landing was quite as good as the first one, but the flight through the air onto the horse and the flight off, just watch it. It's almost straight, but then piked and then the pace back. A 9.85 on the first she scored, and that's just 0.1 less than Ecaterina Szabo, who's got the highest mark so far. So that's how it looks after half of the competitors have gone in this European Championship of 1985. In the lead, Oksana Omelianchik of the Soviet Union, Ecaterina Szabo of Romania in second place, Dagmar Kirsten, German Democratic Republic in equal second place with Szabo, and Natalia Yurchenko of the Soviet Union in fourth place. Some magnesium carbonate powder for Daniela Silivas of Romania. The first of the 32 girls in this second half of the overall competition. Another one of the tinies, 4 feet 5 inches tall and 4.5 stone in weight. But like Omelianchik of the Soviet Union, a great little mover. Beautiful. Catch off, circling the bar, leaving, straddling and catching it again. A shoot, front and a half turn. And that little lady is obviously going to be another one of the favorites here. She's 4 feet 5 inches tall, 15 years of age. And just watch this. It's a catch-off. Circling beautifully. Giant circle. The shoot front and the half turn scores her 9.825. That puts her in fourth position in the asymmetric bars exercise, and that's ahead of Ecaterina Szabo of Romania, her teammate. Elena Shushunova of the Soviet Union, who was overall bronze medalist in the Friendship Games, the alternate to the Olympic Games. What a marvelous balance. Almost lost it, but didn't. Back walkover and a free back walkover. And another. So a round off and a double back somersault, tucked to finish by Elena Shushunova, and that was a very polished performance indeed. Now watch this. That two back free walkovers in succession is a very difficult combination. Double back tucked, good landing. She scored 9.825. That puts her into equal second position on the beam. A well-deserved mark. So Maxi Gnauck with her first vault. Piked Cuervo, but it didn't come off at all, and her face hit the mat. Well, let's have a look at that again. Very unlike Maxi. There's the pike, but her face straight into the mat, and that will certainly penalize a lot. But of course she has got two vaults, 20 years of age, and in the 81 European Championships she was second in the vault, an overall gold medalist. Let's see if that fall on the first vault has affected her at all. Well, that was more like Maxi. You watch the movements as she's coming up. Handspring on, and then a piked somersault, a half turn, and then a half pace back. It would have been perfect if she'd landed, and landed actually on the spot. So she will lose a bit for that step back, but obviously much better than the first one. Her mark is 9.825. That puts her into third position in the vault. Shushunova, look at that for a start. What a magnificent start by Shushunova of the Soviet Union. This girl does stuff that has not been seen before in women's floor exercises. Now just watch this. Oh, that was a 1 3/4 somersault, landed on her back and then rolled forward. Well, that was fantastic. Double back tuck somersault at the end after those two flick-flacks. Marvelous, marvelous floor exercise. Now just watch this. Round off, flick-flack, up with a twist there, and lands on her back, 1 3/4, and then straight into a back somersault. What a performance. She has scored 9.975, which puts her into first place as far as the floor exercises is concerned. Fantastic exercise. Maxi Gnauck of the German Democratic Republic. She's won a gold medal in every major championship she's competed in since 1979 in this asymmetric bars exercise. Catch off, you see the height off the bar. Foreign in. She really beats down on that lower bar. A shoot front and a half twist. That was a great exercise, as one would expect from a girl who's done so well in that particular item of apparatus. the overall champion of Europe back in 1981, the most experienced competitor here, as far as championship is concerned, having competed since 1979. She was just a tiny little girl when she first started. Now she is a lady, and what a performer. There's the catch-off. How high she was off there. And she has scored 9.95 on the asymmetric bars. That puts her in first place in that item of apparatus. Well deserved. And now, on the vault, we have Elena Shushunova, the top scorer of this second round. A full twisting Yurchenko. What a beautiful landing. Absolutely solid. And the vault is a maximum 10 for Shushunova. Tremendous. The first maximum 10 of these championships. And I'm sure that's worth having a look at once more. Just watch this for superb precision. What about that? Absolutely perfect. Hana Richner of Czechoslovakia, now waiting to start her beam exercise in the Friendship Games, the alternate to the Olympic Games. She was the silver medalist in the beam exercise. Lovely start. Flick-flack, a free walkover down to straddle the beam. Beautifully balanced after that pirouette. Oh, excellent. Balance is marvelous. Look at that. That is fantastic. A double back, and it was a beautiful double back. That was a superb exercise by Hana Richner. Well, the Czechoslovakian girl was the third highest scorer at this moment. But look at this. There's the double back tucked and absolutely solid. And she scored 9.850. That is the third highest mark in the beam, behind Omelianchik and Maxi Gnauck. Elena Shushunova of the Soviet Union coming up for her last exercise, the uneven bars, and in an excellent position to take the overall lead in this all-round competition. Well, so far we've seen a catch-off and a ginger. Look at those giant swings. A double piked back somersault at the end. It was an exercise without any fault whatsoever. That exercise could possibly have put her in the lead, and if she's in the lead, then she's in with a very good chance of winning the gold medal. Well, Elena Shushunova, beautiful. Now, double piked back somersault, perfect landing. Well, that mark that comes up now is going to be absolutely vital. In fact, to take the lead, she needs a 9.725. She's got a 9.975. And that's it. That score of 9.975 means that Shushunova is the European champion of 1985. And waiting to start her floor exercise, Maxi Gnauck of the German Democratic Republic. The 81 European Championship, she was the gold medalist in the floor exercise. And she was the gold medalist in the Friendship Games. The alternate. Oh, that was brilliant. Alternate to the Olympic Games. That full twisting double back to start was beautiful. Great power. Well, a triple twisting back there. She knows that to get among the medals, she's got to put everything into this exercise. A double twisting back there at the finish. There was nothing wrong with that exercise at all. As I was saying, she won the gold medal in the Friendship Games, the alternate to the Olympic Games. And she is looking to get in among the medals. Watch this. Flick, flack, and up. Full twisting, double back. Well, that was a super performance by Maxi and Gnauck. She scores 9.95. That's the second highest in the floor. And that puts her in the silver medal position. There's no doubt about that. The gold goes to Shushunova. The silver goes to Maxi and Gnauck of East Germany. And the bronze medal to Omelianchik of the Soviet Union. Great Britain's Hayley Price was 31st. Jackie McCarthy was 39th. And Lisa Young finished 45th. So the overall champion for 1985, Elena Shushunova of the Soviet Union. Now the top 8 girls in each item of apparatus compete for those apparatus championships. We shall see some brilliant, exciting gymnastics. Join us in Sunday Grandstand. Until then, good night. Well, the overall gold medalist coming up for her first vault, who scored a maximum 10, the only maximum 10 in this European Championships thus far in her vault in the overall competition. Yurchenko with a full twist, and if that isn't worth a 10, I don't know what is. That was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Well, this girl is going to be a real force in gymnastics, no doubt. Now watch this. Round off, and then a full twist, open, and what a landing. Look at that. Superb. And it's a 10. So her first vault scores 10. And now she must perform a second one. Look at the power. Yurchenko with 1.5 twists. Well, that was really quite something. Look at the speed that she gets up. 4'9", weighs 6 stone. Round off that waiter springboard. 1.5 twists, and look at the landing. It's super. This time it's a 9.950 for the second vault, which gives her a carry-forward mark of 9.975, added to the 10 from the overall competition, 19.975. Well, I should say that's it. However, Maxi Gnauck, the next competitor, may not agree with me. Maxi Gnauck of the German Democratic Republic, overall second. She was placed 4th in the vault in the overall competition. A piked Cuervo by Maxi Gnauck. She's carrying forward 9.825 from the overall competition. The tallest girl now in this particular section of the competition. Not quite such a good landing, but that's Maxi. And it's 9.875 on the first one. Get the second vault, and then it's the average mark between those two that is carried forward and added on to the mark from the overall competition. So Maxi coming up for her second vault. A straight Sukahara was perfectly performed, but again, just that slight hop back after the landing. That's just the difference at this moment between her and Shushunova. Round off, and then straight, and the hop back. She scores 9.8 on the second vault, which gives her an average mark of 9.838, and that puts her into second position at this moment. Ecaterina Szabo, Olympic gold medalist on the vault, but having a very disappointing European Championship. First vault. A Yurchenko vault with a full twist. You can see that she has put on a certain amount of weight since the Olympic Games. Round off, and there, the full twist. Hop back after the landing. She's carrying forward 9.95, which was the second highest mark from the overall competition. She was in the second highest mark to Shushunova. She scored 9.9 on the first vault. That, at this moment, puts her in second place, but of course you've got a second one to come. A Yurchenko with a full twist and a straight body. So we'll have a look at that one again. The round up off the Reuter springboard. And straight this time. And that was a good landing. There was no movement away from the spot when she hit it. So, can she improve on 9.9, which was her first mark? She's got a 10. She's got a 10 for her second vault, which was a good landing. So her carry forward mark then is 9.950. And that puts her into second place at this moment with a total score of 19.9. Dagmar Kirsten of the German Democratic Republic. She was placed third in the vault overall. A piked Cuervo by the young East German. She's carrying forward a mark of 9.925. He's almost straight on that.
Good landing. And it's a 9.950 for the first mark. Out of 10. That, at this moment, puts her into third place. There's only one way she can go from that, and that's to a 10. So, can she? Dagmar Kirsten, German Democratic Republic, coming up for her second vault. A full twisting Sukahara, and again the landing was very, very good. Well, it looks as though that little lady may well hold off her senior teammate. Turn on, and there's the full twist in that Sukahara. The landing on the spot. At the moment, she's pushed Maxi Gnauck down into fourth place, and it's a 9.950. That's the score. That's her total score. She's got 19.875, which puts her in third place at this moment. And now we have a young lady, Oksana Omelianchik of the Soviet Union, who was overall bronze medalist. A straight Yurchenko, absolutely straight as well. Perfect landing. 4'5", 4.5 stone. Round off, on, and absolutely straight. And look at the landing. The standard of vaulting is really very, very good. And she scored 9.825 on the first vault. Here comes the second, Oksana Omelianchik of the Soviet Union. Overall bronze medalist. A full twisting Yurchenko in a tuck position. Good landing there. Well, that just shows you how tiny she is. That's her coach with her, and she's not a very tall lady. Round off. And there, in the tuck position. Slight hop forward after the landing. 9.875 on the second vault. So her carry forward mark is 9.850, and she stays in fifth position. So a second gold medal for Elena Shushunova of the Soviet Union. The Olympic gold medalist gets the silver, that's Szabo on the left there, and the bronze to the young East German Dagmar Kerstin. And now the first competitor on the uneven bars, the asymmetric bars, Daniela Silivas of Romania. Another tiny, around about 4'4.5". Overall 8th. The Jaeger and the move from the top bar to the lower bar. There's the catch off, swinging over, releasing, straddling. A shoot front and a half twist, finishing for Daniela Silivas. She was carrying forward a mark of 9.825 from the competition. That was equal fourth. Beautiful held position there, and then these giant swings. And there the catch off, releasing, straddling and catching again. And she scores 9.8. She scored 9.825 in the first in the overall competition. So, of course, that is setting the standard for this asymmetric bars competition. Gabriele Fahnrich of the German Democratic Republic. 9.850. Original start there from the Reuter springboard. Very high Jaeger. shoot front and a half turn following that pirouette on the top bar. Gabriele Fahnrich of the German Democratic Republic. 9.850 was the carry forward mark. There's the pirouette on that top bar. An excellent bars performance by Gabriele Fahnrich. She scores 9.9. And here is the girl with the best record of all in this particular competition. Since 1979, she's won the gold medal on the bars exercise in each of the major competitions she's been entered for, which includes the Olympic Games, the Worlds, and the European Championships, and the French Games, the alternate to the Olympic Games last year. Maxi Gnauck. Catch off, beautifully done. Beating off that lower bar. A shoot front, half turn, a slight hop forward after she landed, but that's Maxi Gnauck, who has set a marvelous standard of asymmetric bars work over the last 5 years. Look at those beautiful swings. She scored 9.975, and that gives her a total of 19.925. That puts her in the lead. But as she entered, she was in second place. And here's the girl who was, in fact, in first place after the overall competition, Elena Shushunova. Shushunova had scored 9.975 to Gnauck's 9.95. Straddle over the lower bar to start. There's the catch off again. The Ginger. Marvelous circles. A double pipe back somersault and an absolutely perfect landing. Well, this is going to be very, very close indeed. Is this girl going to take it from Maxi Gnauck after all these years? Well, let's have a look at it again. There's the catch-off. She's got 9.950. And that puts her equal with Maxi Gnauck. So Gnauck and Shushunova have both the same mark, and they will both receive a gold medal. And now, the new little wonder from the Soviet Union, Oksana Omelianchik. She was third highest marked in the overall in this bar exercise. There's a Ginger, and an original move between the top bar and the lower bar. A double twisting back somersault to dismount from the exercise. It flowed very quick. All her movements were quick, but they were very sure. The pirouettes along the bar. What a great little performer. Look at that handstand. Here's an original combination. She scored 9.9, and that puts her into third position behind Gnauck and Shushunova. So a smile of triumph from Maxi Gnauck and Elena Shushunova, the gold medalists in the asymmetric bars exercise. And the bronze medal went to Oksana Omelianchik of the Soviet Union. For Gnauck, of course, that was a tremendous victory, her 7th consecutive gold, and for Shushunova, established herself as one of the great gymnasts in the world.
There are 2 more disciplines.
Overall, vault and bars, Elena Shushunova of the Soviet Union. Well, a flick-flack there and 2 consecutive back somersaults without the flicker of a loss of balance. Round off and a back somersault there. Those 2 splits, and there wasn't any wobble whatsoever. And again. Pirouette, and still no evidence of any loss of balance. Round off and a double tuck back somersault by Elena Shushunova. There's just one difference here. She was the 4th highest marked in the overall competition, so her chances of winning this one are not very high, but what a performance. Absolutely superb. And her score is 9.925, and that, of course, is setting the standard, but it's quite possible to be overtaken. Now it's the Olympic gold medalist at the beam exercise, Ecaterina Szabo of Romania. A straddle lift up to a handstand, and what a beautiful balance. Two flick-flacks there with a free back walkover. Back somersault, beautiful landing. Double back, tuck somersault to finish. Katie Szabo, there were no mistakes there, but she's got a long way to go. She carried forward 9.7. There are the two flick-flacks and the free back walkover. Perhaps a slight loss of balance, but not enough to cause too much of a problem. But carrying 9.7, one feels that Katie has little chance of getting perhaps even among the medals. Round off and a double tuck back somersault. Good landing. She scored 9.825. That's the second highest score thus far, but that still puts her in third position, equal second position, in fact, with another 5 competitors to go. Now Hana Richner from Czechoslovakia, who was third in the beam in the overall competition, carrying forward a mark of 9.85. A flip flack, a free walkover, and then another one down to straddle the bar. Well, that was a lovely pirouette. Balance is absolutely perfect. Look at that. Marvelous balance. Round off and double top back somersault to finish. Throughout that exercise, she moved very smoothly indeed. It's pity you couldn't have seen the balance that she held halfway through the exercise from the end of the beam, because it was a remarkable balance. The body shape was almost sort of bent in half. And to take the lead, she needs a score of 9.925. There is that balance I was telling you about. Absolutely remarkable. And the head judge, Yaroslava, having a word at the discussion with all the judges regarding the marks. Marks for Hana Richner on Czechoslovakia. Nowadays there are 6 judges, 1 head judge, and it's the top mark that is taken away, the bottom mark taken away, and the other 4 marks are averaged. There's also a technical advisor alongside the head judge. And still we await the mark, and it's come up, it's 9.925. After a lengthy wait, it puts her in the lead. Hana Richner of Czechoslovakia has overtaken Shushunova of the Soviet Union. There were slow hand claps which turned into a loud applause as she got the 9.925. She leads at the moment. And now a young lady who had to wait for 5 minutes while the judges discussed the previous marks. Oksana Omelianchik of the Soviet Union, who carries forward the highest mark of 9.9. And is going for gold. Two flick backs and a free back walkover. Absolutely solid. She has that smile of confidence about her. Some original splits coming up. There. And once again one can say, remember Olga Korbut. Free walkover. This is absolutely super. A triple twist. A pity about that landing at the end. Oh, gosh. But 9.9 will win her the gold medal. The content of the program was absolutely super. Everything she did was right, and only that triple twist and the step back after she landed could cost her the gold. Flick-flack, flick-flack, free back walkover, and look at that, not even a flicker of any loss of balance. Flick-flack, and a triple twist. Now watch the step back after the dismount. What a pity. But we shall see. We shall see. And the score is 9.9. She has done it. 15-year-old Oksana Omelianchik has won the gold medal on the beam of these European Championships. Hana Richner of Czechoslovakia has won the silver, and Elena Shushunova of the Soviet Union wins the bronze. So Elena Shushunova comes up to get her 4th medal of these championships. She's won 3 golds, and this is a bronze. The gold medal, though, to her teammate Oksana Omelianchik, and the silver to Hana Richner of Czechoslovakia. 3 exercises gone, 1 to go. And now the floor exercise. Here's Daniela Silivas of Romania carrying forward a mark of 9.85. Well, what a start. Flick-flack and a triple twist. What a perfect landing. Really using the music. Flick-flack, a full in and back out to finish. Well, there was no imperfection in that performance by little Daniela Silivas of Romania. And she needs 9.85 to go into the lead at this moment. In fact, it's 9.875 to go into the lead at this moment, and she gets the congratulations of the entire Romanian team. She has scored 9.9, and she does take the lead after 3 competitors. Daniela Silivas ahead of Maxi Gnauck. And now, the girl who is going for gold. Elena Shushunova. A whip over into full in and back out. A marvelous start. Tremendous strength in this floor exercise. There was that 1 3/4 somersault. She landed on her shoulders, did roll over and came straight back. Great height Double tuck, back somersault, finishing the floor performance, the last performance of Elena Shushunova of the Soviet Union, who has already won 4 medals, 3 golds and a bronze, and she's looking for that gold. Round off, flick-flack, and a double tuck back somersault, the last move before she finished her exercise. She has scored 9.975. That looks as though it's going to be a wind-up with another gold medal for Shushunova. Hana Richner of Czechoslovakia, carrying forward 9.85. That was equal 4th highest. A pull in and back out there at the end of those, after those flick-flacks. Oh, there's that marvelous balance that she does on the beam. It really is quite remarkable. A double twist there. Marvelous balances, and she does use the music, there's no doubt about that. Round off, flick-flack, double tap back somersault. Hana Richner, who needs 9.875 to get among the medals. Double tuck back somersault, and she has scored 9.85, which puts her into equal 3rd position with Maxi Gnauck at this stage. And now the grand finale of these European Championships. Oksana Omelianchik of the Soviet Union coming up for her floor exercise, and she carries forward 9.9. She has a very good chance of getting among the medals. She has marvelous personality, tremendous choreography. It should be a really grand finale. Well, look at that sequence of movements. There's so many there, lost count. And she uses that music. Double pipe back, and then another. Oh, what a brilliant, brilliant performance. That was super. There's the round off. Flick-flack. That's a double twist. Straight front somersault. Round off. Flick-flack. And there again, she keeps moving forward. And there, a 1.5 twisting dive. What a sequence of events! That was absolutely brilliant. Have a look at this one. Double pike back. Goes on again, a flick-flack. A back somersault walkout. But that really was quite something to finish these European Championships. It got the finest round of applause we've heard here in the 2 days of the championship. Now we're going to have to see what the marks are. She needs 9.85 to get amongst the medals. Well, she'll do that. She has scored a 10. That's the second 10 of these championships. She goes into second place. Shushunova has won the gold. Omelianchik has won the silver. Silivas of Romania wins the bronze. What a moment of triumph for this young lady. She gets a 10, but what a moment of triumph again for the Soviet team. Shushunova gets her 4th gold medal, and she adds a bronze to that. It's not difficult to lift her up and wave to the audience, and they love her. It really does take us back 13 years to the days of Olga Korbut. And so the gold medal to Elena Shushunova. She now has a total of 4 gold medals and 1 bronze. The silver medal to Oksana Omelianchik, who won a gold on the beam and 2 bronze medals, and a bronze to Daniela Silivas of Romania.
Little Miss Omelianchik is